World War Three. Oh, well, that's not a good way to start the year. Now we got a worldwide pandemic. Well, at least it can't get any worse. Wait, what does it say?
Oh, come on! G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of I haven't uploaded in 2 months, so I'm going to catch up. Today I'm doing some catch-up reviews for the albums that have come out this year so far. So basically just notable albums from popular artists and some albums that I think deserve a bit of notoriety. I'm just going to do short little reviews. Some of them might be like a sentence long, some of them might be a short paragraph. First one, we got Mac Miller's Circles. This is an incredible farewell for someone who had a significant impact on pop culture. We have Lil Wayne's Funeral. This, I could barely get through it on the first listen, really. It's just really, really boring. MoMA, Ready, and Gallery S with Gallery S. This is a fantastic dance record that uses an array of different samples and instruments to create a groove. Next, we have Poppy, I Disagree. This album does an incredible job at blending both metal and pop into an enjoyable record. Her voice is shown to be quite dynamic through the project, and the instrumentals have multiple beat switches which are beautifully done. Now we have Against All Logic 2017 to 2019. Nicholas Jar's alter ego comes back after an incredible 2018 album. This album takes a hard left turn from his previous work under this alias, and it's more bombastic and less polished, which is a sound that I absolutely adore. This is another fantastic album from one of the best electronic artists out there. Now we got Eminem, Music to Be Murdered By, I think it's called. It sucks. It really sucks. The instrumentals suck and Eminem suck. He's instrumental. His ear for instrumentals. It's just terrible, really. There is a bright spot in this album, however. Darkness is probably his best song in a decade, but this is all overshined by just filler and just shit songs. Next we have Suicide, Draining Love Story. Suicide takes electronic music and makes it their own. It uses samples that are buried in fast-paced production to give a feel of adrenaline rush. And the progression on some of these songs are absolutely incredible. Last but definitely not least is Envy, Fallen Crimson. This is an absolutely incredible record. It's incredibly underrated. Yeah, I really love it. This is some Japanese post-rock, and it's absolutely beautiful. This album is filled with beautiful guitar work. The vocals range from screaming to spoken word, and it's blended brilliantly. The album does, however, follow a pattern that you can easily pick up on throughout the track list, but other than that, it's an incredible album that I highly recommend checking out if you haven't yet. On to February. Okay, off to a shitty start. Green Day, Father of All Motherfuckers, I think it is. No, I can't remember. It's that shit. Yeah, Father of All Motherfuckers. It's just 20 minutes that feels like an hour. There's honestly no redeemable aspects about this album. Next, another shitty album. We got Justin Bieber with Changes. It's really just the same song over and over again. Next, we got Tame Impala, The Slow Rush. It ironically feels rushed, even though it took him 5 years to make this album. And we got Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats, Unlocked. This album is filled with some great instrumentals and obviously some great delivery from Denzel Curry. One major problem that I have with this are the lyrics. Just some are very, very corny, and it's like littered all the way through this project. But of course, Denzel's delivery really makes up for it, and yeah, he's got one of the best deliveries in rap right now. Next, we got Tennis with Swimmer. This is a very enjoyable listen that I put off for way too long. The instrumentals are really nice, and and the vocals are very smooth. We have Sightless Pit, Grave of a Dog. Sightless Pit consists of Lee Buford from The Body, Dylan Walker from Full of Hell, and of course Lingua Ignota. Lingua Ignota is an artist whose vocals are unparalleled to anyone in her field. This album is no exception. The instrumentals are overbearing, which gives a feeling of hopelessness, and the vocals are mixed in relatively quietly. This album is absolutely haunting and terrifying, and it brings a unique sound that's both scary and even beautiful at some points. Now we have Grimes, Misanthropocene. Grimes comes back after a great album in Art Angels with another solid effort with Misanthropocene. The production on this album is beautiful and it creates a larger-than-earth atmosphere. Although this can lead to overproduction, for the most part it's just right, and Grimes' vocals are beautiful and mesh really well with this kind of production. And Delete Forever is one of the best songs of the year. King Cruel, Man Alive. Great music to vibe to, really. The instrumentals are really nice and his voice really matches it. You got Boldy James, The Price of Tea in China, which is one of the best titles of an album this year. Boldy James and The Alchemists come through with an incredible collaborative effort. The production is absolutely exquisite as expected from Alchemist, and Boldy James is a great rapper who was recently picked up with Griselda, and I'm very excited for that. Lil Baby, My Turn. March. Got Knowledge with 1988. Knowledge's latest release further shows off why he's one of the best hip hop producers out there right now. Shabaka and the Ancestors, We Are Sent Here by History. Shabaka and the Ancestors are a jazz collective that are so tight that are so tightly wound that it's hard to believe that these are improvised. Shabaka Hutchings is a monster on the tenor sax, being so prominent yet so precise and thought out. This isn't only instrumental though, as it includes poetry, which leaves the listener thinking about it once the record is over. I really do recommend checking this out. It's a fantastic Afro jazz album. Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Take / Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World 2. He's teased this album for 2 or 3 years now. I anticipated it highly. I liked his 2015 and 2016 records, and this blew my expectations out of the water, really. The production is great, even though it can get a bit repetitive sometimes, and there's a loose sort of concept to it. That's just Uzi. That's in his nature. And Lil Uzi Vert vs. the World 2 is absolutely incredible. It's a fantastic addition to the album with some of the best features of the year. It might be my favourite Uzi project, that sort of album. Jay Electronica, A Written Testimony. He has teased this album for over 10 years just to give us a Jay-Z side piece, really. It just really disappointed me, really. After Exhibit C, Exhibit A, there was one more song that I can't for the life of me remember. I was very excited for this album, but it just didn't hit home for me. Jay-Z's all over this record, and he absolutely outshines him. And Jay Electronica, he has some good bars, but that alone just doesn't really keep my attention. And some of the production is sort of iffy. R.a.p. for r.a.p. With Purple Moonlight Pages. I put off listening to this album for some reason, and I absolutely regret putting it off because it's really great, if I can spit out the words. So the production is absolutely incredible. Myself, I love jazz rap, like, To Pimp a Butterfly and even Milo's earlier work. I absolutely love jazz rap and abstract hip hop, and it's so well executed here. And Milo, who is R.a.p. Ferreira, as we know, is one of the best rappers out there right now, and he further proves that he's one of the best right now with another thought-provoking album. Childish Gambino, 3/15/20. I anticipated a Childish Gambino album. I didn't anticipate this though. Since its release, I haven't really wanted to listen to it again. But after re-listening to it, I can see why people enjoy it. This is his most experimental work of his career by far, but it's really hit and miss for me. It's like, great song, nah. Great song, meh. And some of the songs just absolutely drag out for way too long. They should just... Some of the songs are 6 minutes when they should be 3 or 4 minutes, really. To be fair to him, there are some bangers on here, like Algorithm, and I think it's 35-31. But other than that, there's just not much to grab my attention, really. Next, we got The Weeknd with After Hours. This is probably his best works of his career so far. The first listen was absolutely incredible for me. The instrumentals are fantastic, and his voice has never sounded better. The title track and Faith are some of my favourite songs of the year, but my only problem with this album is that the lyrics are a bit questionable, Dua Lipa with Future Nostalgia. This is personally my favourite album of the year. This is my favourite to listen to so far, and I can actually see it becoming one of my favourites ever, really, because of the type of sound it is. It's another incredible revitalisation of 80s synth pop. The only problem with me is that it follows a specific formula that can get repetitive for some people, but for me that formula really works every time. Last but most certainly not least for these reviews is Nicholas Jar's Cenizas. Nicholas Jar comes back again this year, twice in 3 months with Cenizas, and he really takes a hard left turn from what he's done before. He's opted for the more patient and long build-ups rather than the house-style songs of his previous releases. The whole album creates an uneasy atmosphere using haunting vocals to give the listener a feeling of danger, and the album is very different to anything that Jarvis released in his discography so far, and it honestly pays off. And he shows why he is one of, if not the best, electronic artist right now. Hey guys, just editing here, and I just realised that I didn't do a review for John Lucas ADHD, so here it is. It's shit. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe during the COVID-19 outbreak. I'm going to try get as many videos as I can done during this outbreak. I want at the very minimum one video a week. So I think I'm going to be doing these type of review videos every month to do like this month in music or TMIM. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see ya.